What's good with it, everybody? All my hoodlings, all my real ones, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the hood? G with it, man. This St. Patrick's Day. Outlaw spots. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025, the end times. You know what I mean? We're many more famous celebrities, icons will be sacrificed, my man. Hey, will be sacrificed. This stuff is a war zone, man. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking from the streets of Santa Ana, between Santa Ana, Tustin, and Anacron. Between Santa Ana, Tustin, and Anacron. You know what I'm saying? Where statistics will show for the Latino and blacks, because we're the main highlight of it all. Okay, we're the main highlight of violent, criminal, gang-affiliated, crazy, domestic, okay? Hey, domestic, yep, that's a problem in the sea too. With the blacks and the Latina girls, statistics will show. Stuff will get violent. Stuff will get violent. Stuff will go viral. You know what I'm saying? People will be looking at this home like, what's going on in here? Why is it so loud all the time? Why are there people always fighting all the time? Right? Why do I come outside and there's always alcohol going on and crowds of crazy people lined up around this home? This is Orange County, bro. This is the Annas. Okay, I'm speaking from the hood to G. If you can't, hey, look, if you can't take the heat that's coming out of my chest, coming out of this chest and stomach, which says Thug Life, 17th Street, Thug Life from the realest poet of all time. You know what I mean? On a Hollywood, high up their level. You know, me and Pac, though, we could have collabed. We could have collabed and we could have been label mates doing amazing things. But see, the business isn't lined up that way. There's so much, they put us on blackball in the hood. They blackball us. That stuff is all ran by secret services, you know, FBI, all type of stuff going on with the music industry. The devil, Lucifer, all of it, man. You know what I mean? That's why I say, man, like I tell my pops, like I tell my dad, man, you know what I'm saying? I can't live with him no more. I can't live with him. No matter what the case is, what happens to me out here in these streets, or whatever the case is, disabled, handicapped, hurt, I can't go to my dad's house no more, okay? It turned into a blackball deal of craziness. And like I tell him, you know what I mean? Hey, look, if you can't take the heat, then just get out the kitchen. Get out the kitchen. Because when I'm talking, if I thought that was a B right now, I was ready to swing right now, man. You know what I mean? I be having to, I be having to stay on a military. You gotta see the military right here. We gotta have hands out here. We gotta have hands out here, man. We gotta have our hands up out here, being black and Latino. You know what I'm saying? The white folks, they got all the money. They up in Newport Beach. They up in Huntington Beach. They up in the privileged areas, man. The safe areas. They got it good like that. They got the families with a bunch of money. We don't. Okay, we come up in poverty, bro. We come up with gangs. We wake up, okay, around 17th Street. 17th Street on my belly right there. See that? 17th, that's a major hood right there. Major hood between F Troops and many other hoods. F Troops Major, 17th Street. You know what I'm saying? Thug life. We wake up in the morning, and for breakfast, we got gang members in our face. We got gang members in our family. We got our brothers and sisters, our role models are gangsters. You know what I'm saying? You know, so frankly, I don't have time for the sociopathic, okay, nonsense, okay, with people that don't want to hear the reality and the truth, man. That's what I'm speaking from, man. You know what I mean? Because I've been out here in the Annas battling the streets since I was 17 years old, and I was dumped out here on my freaking ass, bro. I was dumped out here on my freaking ass, bro, to Tustin High School. You know what I mean? To get into it with the BBRs, with the fish streeters. Riots went down between the blacks and the Latino. Then I got picked up. I got picked up and I joined the Latino, man. I even hung out, man. I've been put on with the Latino freaking hoods too. I rode with Fish Street. I rode with F Troop. I banged with the Latinos too. I've been in and out from this stuff is so crazy, man. Hey, look, like I told my dad, my pops, man, if you can't take the heat, then get out the kitchen, bro. So I don't live there no more. I can't live there no more. Ain't that the craziest thing, dude? We come up in the world, we can't even live with our parents no more. It's like the scripture tells us, Job tells us, get a job. Like I told that nigga, man. Sitting around up in Starbucks all day, man. Y'all seen that on live, bro. I put hands on like 3 people, that 5 people got beat up in Starbucks, bro. Out on Bristol and Central. That's how by outlaw spots. That's not the first people. I beat up many people. I've been beat up. I've been jumped. I've had knives pulled on me. I've had guns pulled on me. Thank God I haven't been stabbed. You know, praise heaven, I haven't been stabbed, but I have ankle surgery. I have ankle surgery, 2 broken ankles that I suffered. That's how I ended up basically thrown out to the streets. Because I had a promising career in basketball, as good as Kobe Bryant. I'll be buried in the same cemetery as Kobe Bryant, and me and Kobe Bryant are actually the best ball players in Pacific View. Wherever his body, the remains, now they want to play games and say there's some new footage, some AI stuff. Who can? I don't know. I don't care. Bottom line is, he's in there, and I was as good as Kobe Bryant at basketball. I just wasn't as tall. I'm a legend of Saddleback, Santa Ana. I could have went to Saddleback High School and been, if I'd have went there, I'd have been one of the best ball players probably to ever go there. Got the Dotton brothers from Taft, the mean, crazy teacher that used to whip kids. I guess they had to calm her down. Taft used to get crazy. I went to Taft Elementary. I grew up Taft Elementary. Statistics will show, everybody goes to MacArthur, McFadden, Taft. Statistics will show that these kids were being led as menaces so bad in poverty and crazy family situations that we will end up in jail. We'll end up in jail, we'll end up in dead, or end up a part of a gang. I actually read this in the Bible, man. You know what I mean? In Job. And it trips me out. It's Tupac right here. He sung on one of his favorite songs that he ever did. Favorite songs he ever did was Dear Mama. Dear Mama. Right? He's saying that. The scripture says in Job, man that is born by woman is born in trouble. Born in trouble. Then I'm going to run to another area that is talked about in Job that I wrote Kobe's name next to. That we are not but of a shadow. Just a shadow. It's all a shadow now. I was nominated best, most athletic, best looking. I just took over Taft as an athlete, and I was going places. I was all about ball, man. I was all about. I was a good citizen. I had learning disabilities. I had ADD, so paying attention in class, I was held back actually in the first grade, and Then it set my freaking pops off into all this crazy stuff because that's all he really knows to do is set off and get crazy and get temperamental and just he's scary, dude. Have you ever seen what was that movie called? Where he was talking all the stories, Tales from the Hood. Tales from the Hood, where the dude made the Ouija doll of his dad and stuff, and he was a monster. He was coming on beating up the kid, all crazy, and beating up the mom. That's the type of dad that I have. And now he's gone. He's like freaking, he's like almost in another state from me. We were actually in another state to Arizona, and I got mucus in my chest. Then I had to get out. He kicked me out, but he also, I had to get out of there before it became an out of control situation. I was up in the middle of nowhere with him, and he had some woman moved in now after I broke both my ankles to a wheelchair, so my career is gone. My career pretty much is gone, and anything successful that I was much of gonna be, even though I still am successful, but nobody wants to appreciate it as an amazing singer. I'm one of the best singers to ever step in the industry, out topping the late great, but the industry, the Hollywood, there's so many politics and devils in it, so they'll blackball me. You know what I mean? But my success was basically killed, with 2 broken ankles to a wheelchair for 3 months. In 2004, that's when I got my wake-up call. That's when things went from heaven. Things went from jump dramatically from heaven to absolute craziness and chaotic and hell. And I was first dumped to Tustin, but I grew up in Santa Ana, by Garnsey Street. On Garnsey Street, over by Sandpoint Park. I was shipped to Tustin, and it just all that stuff. Tustin's a flood from Santa Ana. Everything floods from the Annas in there. So it was like I was fighting. Me and the Mexicans were getting into it. I was getting into it with first started with the BBRs, then the brown burritos and stuff, and some other cat that looked like me. He was fighting them, and he had to shake the city too because they rode up to his stuff with a gun. Oh yeah. Mexicans will kill you, bro. Best you leave. You could beat up a few of them. You could get a one-on-one. Yeah, you can give them the tussle because we're black and everything, and we're good athletics and everything, and we have really good hands boxing-wise. But in the long run, those matches, it don't even matter. They'll kill you, bro. They'll kill you. So they have the most they have the most power actually out here, dude. The only thing we have is just basically power to win the short-term battle, but there's a war that's amongst it all, which is your life, which is your soul, and that could all be killed in an instant. You know what I'm saying? So, man, stuff is crazy, man. Many stories, many situations. I've been jumped. I've had knives pulled on me. I've had guns pulled on me. You know what I mean? You name it over here, man. You name it. I was telling y'all the story about the steal-on that went down with Watergate. I don't want to say his name. You know what I mean? But he's a freaking clown, dude. He's just a tall, about 6'4", sloth type of character. He disappeared. I think he got rolled, actually. Something went down where his whole family got rolled on some drug trafficking. They were drug dealing, doing all type of shady stuff. And I went to school with this character at Tustin, and after high school, everybody started getting on some crazy stuff. Like this Watergate hood just jumps in niggas, and they getting funny as all get out. Then they disappear. They're dying out. Watergate has majorly died out. Okay, but they had some crazy freaking heads, and they be stealing too. Watch your stuff. Stealing is major going on. Okay, with the Annas, man. Everybody's looking to come up on you. That's how that stuff is, man. So, I done tuffled and beat with majorly all the hoods, man. All the hoods. I've even had issues within my own hood. That's how this stuff is, dude. You know what I mean? That's how this stuff is. This stuff is crazy, dude. These NBA ball players, they wouldn't know nothing about it, bro. They got gated communities. They got millions of dollars, dude. They got 20 freaking cars. They own the world. They got a cyber car now. They got a cyber car now, bro. They don't know nothing about this stuff, man. Stuff goes down at the bus stop. Okay, hey, stuff goes down at the bus stop. Stuff goes down everywhere out here, man. I don't care who you are, bro. You can get touched. You can be killed. That's how this stuff is with the Annas, man. That's how this stuff be. That's how this stuff goes. What goes down, man. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm just telling the truth. If you can't take the heat and get out the kitchen. So I be telling my dad, man, I'm out of there, bro. I can't live there. Where am I gonna go? Ain't nobody else opening their door. Then health is getting all crazy on with my moms and everything. We're battling all type of stuff, man. All type of crazy stuff. I need my space. I need my own place, bro. You know what I mean? It comes to that point. And it's, well, how much are they running rent up so freaking high at doing anything in this world now, man? Okay, they running it through the ceiling. They're gonna build all these little apartments and tear everything down. Oh yeah, you guys think that's gonna be anything good? That ain't nothing good. Absolute antichrist Satan right there. They're gonna tear everything down. They're gonna tear everything down. Antichrist Satan, bro. Antichrist Satan going on right there. Straight up. They're gonna tear down all that stuff and build a what? You know that apartment complex is gonna have cyber cars all up in it. There's gonna be cyber cars taking over all of it. You're not gonna see no holy Bibles. You're not gonna see nothing spiritually of the righteous life. It's just the devil, man. It's just filth, bro. You know what I mean? This stuff, then now it's so bad, it's so crazy. There's so many gangs. You got so many drugs. You got so much freaking just shady stuff that they're ready just to shut everything down, bro. The government gonna shut everything down, do this wicked stuff that they is going on. You know what I'm saying?